we can't be in the minority and say, hey, it is time for a fucking new goal song. Like, just to put it out there first and foremost. Number two, if you had a personalized goal song that you wanted to put in place for this team or for yourself, or you were just laying up at night thinking, well, if I was in the show, what song would I like to score and then hear? Please tell us in the chat here on YouTube. Please indulge us, Rosie, because I mentioned this on the show yesterday and you weren't here, obviously. I was like, enough is enough. It was a game like that, a glorified scrimmage, if you will, against Chicago, because the Hawks didn't even show up for that game. They have no interest in winning hockey games, by the way, right now. But it was a glorified scrimmage, and all I kept hearing was that damn goal song. And don't get me wrong, I love Hall Oates, man, but enough's enough. Yeah, exactly. I'm hearing it right now. I'm going to go nuts.
It's a catchy song. It makes me want to snap my fingers, and I'm not a big finger snapper, but it's not an appropriate song for the Toronto Maple Leafs, the historic team in Toronto, one of the biggest teams in Canada, to be just continually for years now playing that bloody song. Like, what is it about that song that makes you just hold so dear to it? It's not like they've had success with it. It's not like it goes back in time. It's just some cheesy ass 80s song that they will not leave. There is so many other ones. I mean, come on, enough's enough. After they blow the playoffs, how many different times you'd think, well, we're going to get rid of that piece of shit after a while, and they just haven't. I was surprised when they came out with it this year. I thought they'd mix it up, but my God, now they're going to go deep in the playoffs this year, and they'll have to hold on to that thing maybe.
Dude, the best part about it is the players, I think, going into this season, Mitch Marner included, were pulled about the goal song and Matthews. And they're like, yeah, I wouldn't mind a new one. And what happens? Game one of the season, it's the same fucking song. I don't know. It's just never going to change. And maybe this is so typical of Leafs Nation. We're complaining about a goal song, and I get it. But look at that mustache, man. The only thing that rivals that duster is on my T-shirt right now. Look at that.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I remember playing for the Leafs, man, for most of my time. When we came out onto the ice to start the game, we had the tragically hit playing 50 mission cap. Yeah. And I mean, man, I had goosebumps every time. You got the maple leaf on your chest. You're jumping out to the ACC, Scotiabank now in Toronto. Gord Downey's singing a famous song about Bill Barilko and a hockey card of his that he grew up with. And it's just like, my God, this is fitting. And now I'm watching, and you got some cheesy ass little frickin' 80s
head bobber,
teeny bopper beatboxing thing going on every time they score. And then you shoot the lights out like they did the other time, and you hear that thing 6 times, and it's like, doesn't this team deserve better, man? Doesn't the organization and the city deserve better than that cheesy thing? Okay, do it for a year, fine. The kids can snap their fingers, but move on.
It's Mickey Mouse to me. Like, I off the top of my head, can you name one player on this team that was actually born or alive when this song was released in 1981? I think Mark Giordano's the only one off the top of my head. Like, there's just no parallels or relation you can draw to the roster. Like, they're a younger team, and to have a song that's 42 years old is crazy to me. I don't know, and maybe I make too much of it. You know me, I like to brew up controversy for no reason. But this has been a thing sticking in my head for like 3 years, even dating back to when I covered this team. I was the radio host. I was in the building hearing the song over and over and over again. I'm like, can we not do any better? Can we not ask the players who are actually playing the games? Like, I think it's too simple and easy here.
Yeah, like, I think that must be because the building's kind of famous for being pretty corporate, and those platinum seats down at the bottom, people in their little box getting food and having a bullshit. So on TV it looks like it's not even full at the beginning of each period because people are still migrating back to those platinum seats, and they're not the type of people that jump up and scream and bash the glass and stuff. So maybe they're trying to get people on their feet with like the catchiest tune they can think of. But it's like you said, it's been going on for years now. It's very weird. Something small to bitch about, but at the same time, it's like, move on from that tune, man. It's cheesy as hell. Mickey Mouse is a good word for it.
It's not getting people on their feet. It's getting the dart smokers to the dart pit. Do they even have dart pits anymore? But like, it's just getting me out of my seat to go grab a beer, man. Like, it drives me nuts. We went to a game earlier this year, and then additionally, I went to that game against Anaheim. I think it was in November. They scored 7 times, dude. I heard that song twice, and I'm like, get me out of here. So just imagine this, and I always think about this. Game 7, first round, Stanley Cup final, whatever round you want to do it. The Leafs score a pivotal goal, and this song comes on. Like, that's not a, in your head growing up, how you envision the Leafs winning a cup or winning a big game, that just doesn't do it for me. And again, I have all the love and respect in the world for Hall Oates. It's just not the right song for this team, Rosie.
Yeah, it's a serious thing, like that huge thing where, you know, this triumphant song is playing over and it's like, fuck yeah. And then this little teeny bopper beat comes on. It's just, it's not, it doesn't fit, man. It never did fit. It doesn't fit. Get rid of it.
They should go old school, man. I don't know what the song was. What was the song when you were a Leaf? Do you remember?
I think we switched it around. I don't know. I remember that. I remember 50 Mission Cap like nothing else,
Was it
man. And that's just what
Kerncraft?
sticks out in my mind. What's that?
Oh. Was it
Yeah.
Kerncraft? Remember that Kerncraft
Yeah.
song? That was dope.
That
That was
rings a
dope.
bell. It's a serious song. It's a good song. It's a fitting song. Like you say, you play it in the playoffs and a big, huge goal or an overtime win. You need something like that.